So what you trying to say, Mr. Butler?
Whatever changes you have to make, then you just do it. You gotta think about your life. Being a black man in America isn't easy. The hunt is on. And you're the prey.
Black man. Where you at, black man? Let me tell you where you at. You in the bed sleep, black man. And this is your nigga wake up call. Cause niggas is asleep. As much as they've been hearing, stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. Niggas is not, they not catching on to the message. Niggas is sleep. You in the bed sleep. But like I said, this is your nigga wake up call, man. You know, as we all know, the coronavirus has, basically hit harder than anything of anybody who I have talked to that has breath in their lungs has ever seen before. This thing is very big. There's something more than just this coronavirus going on. Okay. You gotta look, look beyond the smoke and mirrors. As the old schoolers say, you're not seeing the trees from the forest. You're looking for the forest, but you're trying to look through the trees to find the forest and don't understand that you're looking at the forest the whole time. Okay? You sleep, black man. I don't know if anyone has ever lived somewhere and watched the development of a neighborhood where it'll go from, a street and just a lot of trees to trees being cut down, roads being built, and you'll start to notice that you'll start to see a lot more roadkill. You see more deer hit on the side of the road. You see skunks ran over on the side of the road. We country, we country boys, so we see a little bit more of that, down in the country. But if you've ever lived somewhere and noticed stuff like that, then you'll understand the concept when you have a lot of gentrification going on, a lot of older structures being torn down and new structures being put up all around the country. And this is basically driving, the poor class of people, the people that are living on the poverty line. It's driving them out into the open where they can be, rounded up by law enforcement. That store that you used to hang out in front of is no longer there anymore because gentrification has came in and put the mom and pop store out of business. And now you don't have that store to hang out in front of. So you have other various places that you go and try to hang out, but that, no soliciting, no loitering signs are there. Ain't no hanging out there. So now where do you go hang out? You go hang out in the inner city, downtown, amongst the homeless. Wake up, black man. Wake up. If you don't see the way that you're being squeezed and confined into basically a sardine can to where you're gonna be packed on top of each other. No breathing room. You can't even stretch your elbows out. You're gonna be so compact on top of each other. Living into housing conditions that are not conducive. That thing is something that was 20 and 30 years ago. Now, when you get confined and packed into a large population of people, it's going to be up under not necessarily military supervision, but basically military supervision, because the people that are going to be supervising these confined areas, they're going to be in a police-like state. You know, they may not have on a badge with a badge number on it, but their mentality is going to be to anything that looks out of the ordinary, call the police, get them over here and get these niggas in a cage somewhere, because they scaring me. You know, I need them locked down. I can't have them just standing around doing nothing around me because they're scaring me. Okay? This is the tone of society that's forming around you. Wake up, black man. You don't see the black cloud that is forming over your head. You know, right now, the government has basically, you know, Donald Trump, when he came in saying that he was shutting the government down, I guess they didn't get things squared away like they wanted to, because to me, in my eyes, I'm not downplaying the coronavirus. You know, I'm pretty sure that there are cases of people who are falling victim to sickness, but in my opinion, you know, this is a government shutdown. Okay? You have to understand that, because right now ain't nothing moving, not even the money. The money is not even really moving like that. You know, if you're in the entertainment field, then you understand. You know, a lot of you rap niggas, you know, you can relate to this. I know you can, because ain't no shows going on right now. You know, I'm checking out niggas on Instagram. Everybody is doing videos, trying to keep themselves relevant, you know, to the rap game, but they don't understand that this thing is bigger than, you know what I'm saying? This thing bigger than Nino Brown. But nah, seriously, this thing is bigger than, you know, just, I can't wait for the coronavirus to be over with, so, you know, we can release some music. Because what happens if they don't, you know, they don't open it back up for another 6 or 7 months? To where, you know, they, believe me, when things like this go on, they are writing laws to make sure that whatever they telling you can't do now, once they finish doing what they doing, then the law gonna say that you can't do that no more. So when they write the law saying that you can't have gatherings of more than 5 people, of more than 10 people, what are you gonna do as an artist when you can't have a concert? You can't go to a club and perform because you can't gather in quantities of more than 10. And I'm pretty sure that you're gonna have people that are gonna get desperate, and they're gonna want to open the club up, because this is their livelihood. This is the way that they have to make money. So they're gonna have to secretly open the club up on Friday night, secretly open the club up on Saturday night, so they can get some cash flow coming in, because they gotta make that house payment. You know, you gotta pay for that Mercedes sitting outside in the yard, that BMW sitting outside in the yard. You know, you gotta make sure that you go into the mall and getting you some fresh jewelry or some fresh clothes or fresh shoes or whatever it is that you want to go buy, so you can show that, hey man, the coronavirus ain't affecting me. I got money. But little do you know that it's just a matter of time before even that money that you have ain't gonna be worth nothing. In my opinion, I think we headed to the cashless society. You know, right now they've showed a lot of signs of the cashless society coming our way. I mean, if you know there is no one working, that means there is no money to be made. Once all the little bit of cash that is in circulation now is turned over to the cashier at whatever store you choose to go turn your money in, you know, all that cash is being accumulated. If they don't put that cash back out into circulation, and you got to have money in a bank, numbers on the screen, then as easily as they give it to you, as easily as they can take it away, and we go into a cashless society. If you someone who you hustling weed, or you hustling cocaine, or you hustling pills, or whatever it is that you hustling, you know, it's gonna basically kill your hustle, because you're not gonna be able to get paid off of the things that you want to offer people, like the chemical substance to alter the brain. And before you think, oh, well, let me go and make my cash app so niggas can cash out me, you know what I'm saying? You still got, you still got a money trail. You know, cash app is being tracked. You're gonna get a 1099 for all that money that you done accepted through cash app. You're gonna have to pay tax on that money. Wake up, black man. The walls are closing in around you. You don't see that, okay? You can expect for in the coming days, it's gonna get a lot rougher on you. Why? Because once the woman turns to you and looks at you like, what the fuck you gonna do? We out of food. The supermarket doesn't have any more food. So it don't matter if we sitting here with a bunch of money or not. The supermarket is out of food. Once she looks at you and says, well, what you gonna do now? You have already been suppressed into a position to where you don't have authority in your own home. You have to do what the woman is asking you to do. But she hasn't developed the mental strength and capacity to understand that without being on the titty of the white man, that your whole family structure is gonna crumble. So looking at the black man in a time of desperation, like what is he gonna do? He ain't gonna do shit. He ain't gonna do but what he been doing. And that's grabbing his gun and going out in the street and shooting another black man for little to nothing that he has so he can take it home to satisfy that woman. Only for her to look at him like, nigga, this shit ain't enough. I don't give a fuck how you got it. I don't give a fuck who you killed. But this is not enough. And once things escalate to this point, we're not talking money anymore. We're talking going out and having to kill for food. You know, for better living conditions. It may seem like I'm talking way off into left field somewhere, but understand, we are on a 2-week lockdown right now. Okay? They are implementing curfews to where you're not supposed to be outside after a certain time. They said 2 weeks, but when it goes 2 weeks and we get to the 10th, 11th day, and then they put another 2 weeks on it, now we're sitting at a month. Do you have the food to feed the family? Black man, do you have the food to feed your family? Do you have the means to obtain some type of food to feed the family? Because once the shelves at the grocery store are emptied out, now what do you have? A lot of things that I'm noticing when I go into the supermarkets now is a lot of the things that are being bought are things that are really not suitable for these times. Of course, everybody is buying eggs and milk, but you know, you have to think past just eggs and milk, because if they cut the power off, once 2 weeks go by, and they say, okay, well now we gotta run it for another 2 weeks. And then the people at the power company say, well, we can't keep distributing power. We gotta shut the power off. And don't tell me that they can't shut the goddamn power off because you heard some nigga up the street on the porch saying what he heard on the Channel 9 news saying why they can't cut no power off. Because sure as shit stink, they will cut your goddamn power off. They already been doing this, okay? Got family member down in Florida. They say the power done got cut off from people they know. So when your power get cut off, okay, how you gonna keep that milk cold? How you gonna cook them eggs? Okay? Do you have charcoal in the house? To where if you have to cook your food on the grill outside. And I'm not talking about just putting no hot dogs and hamburgers on the grill. I'm talking about really cooking a meal in a pot, beans. You know what I'm saying? Being able to slow cook a chicken, simmer a chicken if you eat chicken. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, I eat a lot of salads. A lot of people call it rabbit food. They don't like salads, but salads can be something that you can maintain your body off of, because picking leaves off of a plant, being able to eat them is going to give you some type of sustainability, you know, in times where the food supply is low. You know, I try to see things from a mile away and see, you know, this is a very bad elevator drop right here. We not dropping a floor or two in this elevator. We dropping from 30 feet up in this elevator. And goddamn, man, it don't seem like we gonna be able to hit the bottom yet. You know, the bottom don't look like it's right there. You know, this look like it's gonna be a hard crash to the bottom. Wake up, black man. Because once the desperation kick in while you in that household, you're gonna be looked at as the head. And if you don't have a way to steer the family in the direction to where it looks like you're gonna be, you know, making a positive move to bring food to the table. Oh, they don't want to hear you no more, nigga. They don't want to hear you no more. The children will start, you know, bad talking you. And before long, you end up having to put your hands on one of the children. She get mad at you, and now you looking at it as an outcast in your own home. Okay, and black man, wake up, black man. Some of you females, y'all ain't, you know, y'all ain't off the hook, because I'm watching you on Instagram. You talking about how you can't wait for your children to go back to school because they bad as hell. You can't put up with them. They your children. You supposedly raised them. You up there at the damn schoolhouse ready to jump on the goddamn teacher when you telling her your goddamn child ain't this and your child ain't that. And now when you gotta stay at home with them, you see what, goddamn, my child fucked up. Yeah, my child fucked up. It hit like a bombshell. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen the video of the lady, Trump, I mean, just ignorant as fuck. Can't even say the man's name right, and this is the motherfucker who, you know, probably got 5 or 6 kids in the house running around. Ain't able to teach them shit. That's why you so ready for them to go back to school, because you can't teach them nothing. 9 times out of 10, when people run out of things to teach you, the only thing that they can revert to after that is giving you religion. Telling you, well, you know, what do you believe in and how much they God done for them. That's what people do when they don't have anything to offer mentally. When they don't have nothing to teach you. Only thing that they can offer you is religion. But black man, religion is not going to get you out of this bind. Been praying for a long time. And religion ain't got you out of this bind yet. Those prayers ain't got you out of no bind yet. I'm not talking to you niggas who think you know better than thou because you live in a nice $200,000 or $300,000 house and you drive you a nice little car and you know you go to work around Bob and Jim and all of them at your job and everything seemed hunky-dory for you. Yeah, it seemed that way, but we talking about you, black man, in a mask, because that nigga, he'll go on the job and he'll smile in Jimmy and Bob's face because all while he trying to stay close to Jimmy and Bob because he don't want to go back to the hood where niggas at, because then he'll figure out that I'm just a nigga with a good job and I've been living inside of a fantasy for as long as I had this good job. Because when they start to separate who's gonna get fed and who's not gonna get fed, I can guarantee you that white man is not gonna say, hey, fucking Lamar, who's buddies with me at my job. Let me call him on the phone and see if his family is good. If they're gonna get fed tonight. That ain't gonna happen. I can guarantee you that motherfucker will feed his family and won't think about yours. At all. At all. And has the resources to continue feeding his family. Got friends that are farmers, can go buy beef, buy cattle, buy vegetables. When we go to the fresh market here in town, they got 2 fresh markets here in town. You go to either one of them, you don't see many black farmers out there. All these people that are coming from their personal farm, their family farm, they selling mangoes, bananas, peppers, potatoes, strawberries, plums, peaches, pears. They selling celery, they selling carrots, they selling corn, they selling squash. They selling all this shit that they growing on their farm. And you think when times get tough, they gonna say, let me sit some to the side because I know the Williamsons over there are gonna need some? No. They're gonna make sure their circle of friends are gonna eat first. And how can you blame them? Wake up, black man. Because they'll say to you the whole time, they've had plenty of signs, they've had plenty of warnings to prepare themselves. I don't know why they didn't. They're so used to buying cars, jewelry, clothes, that they missed all the signs that were telling them to prepare for times like these. You've had men that say over and over again, Farrakhan, I couldn't think of his name just now, and many of others, and I'm not big on Farrakhan, but I listened to enough of his speeches to kind of, build myself as a man, so I can't take nothing from Farrakhan as a man speaking to a younger man like me. But men like him and others have spoken over the last 10 years, telling you, make sure you keep water in your house. Make sure you keep dry food in your house. At least a 6 months supply of it. If not 6 months, at least a month and a half, 2 months. You should be buying bottles of water every time you go in the grocery store. You should be buying packs of water. Bring them home, put them to the back. The ones at the back, bring them to the front, drink them first, and keep rotating. First in, first out. If you understand what that means. Whatever has the oldest date on it comes to the front, we drink that first. And move the newer date stuff to the back. And as we consume, we move to the front. The more we consume, we move it to the front. That way we don't end up with a bunch of bad product that's outdated. But right now, I'm seeing people in the grocery stores panicking because they out of toilet tissue. As if you're gonna be able to eat toilet tissue. People panicking for napkins, as if you're gonna be able to eat napkins. What are you gonna do with toilet paper and napkins, but you don't have no shit to even shit out because you don't have no food to make a turd for you to even use a napkin or use a fucking toilet paper to wipe your ass? Wake up, black man.
So what you trying to say, Mr. Butler? Whatever changes you have to make, you just do it. You gotta think about that life. Being a black man in America isn't easy. The hunt is on. and you're the prey.